It's crazy, look at Rage. Crazy. It's like, it just drops right off. Oh, well, I know my dog. No, I'm pretty good. What a view. Another reason why van life's just been so cool. It's like I get to ride in all these places that I just... We made it to Georgia. We did about, what, 5.5 hours probably driving?
For sure, five, yeah.
5 hours of driving. Stopped at Aldi, did some grocery shopping, filled up on goods.
Filled up on diesel.
Filled up on diesel, burned through a good majority of it. So I have to fill up again tomorrow in the morning. We're at a church right now, Boondocker Welcome. We went back and forth. It was like 10, 11 miles off the interstate. So probably a gallon of diesel, which works out to about, well, we've been getting diesel for about $3 a gallon. So not bad at all. And we're like, you know what, instead of we'll be exhausted, it'll be nighttime. So we went back and forth on just pulling into a Cracker Barrel. But we talked about it and we're like, hey, this is a place for us to play with Zeke, set up the fire. It's really peaceful here. It seems pretty quiet. It smells like pine trees, which we love. And it's gonna be cold when we get back home. I think the temperature right now back home or in Wisconsin is 25 degrees. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is nice. This is probably actually the most, like, how do you want to say it? Like remote, like just no one next to us camping we've done in the last month. So this is nice.
This is almost like dispersed camping.
Yeah, it kind of, other than the street light, that is solar that's running off our van. And then we also got to figure out a route for tomorrow. But I am going to set this thing down.
Yeah, from here to Chattanooga is 3 hours. Do not.
He saw me filming the fire. He's like, that does not work for me. Just an animal, literally. A wild beast. Drop. Drop.
Wearing down those claws.
Yeah. Literally. As long as he doesn't try and skid, like come to a dead stop on the concrete, we're good. But if he like kind of scurries around on the blacktop, it's good. It wears down his paws without having to, his claws without having to snip them, trim them. 1, 2, 3, 4, just outside of Atlanta. What's this called? Stone Mountain. Mm-hmm. Stone Mountain, 2.2 miles.
Find.
Up and back. Oh, this is a me find? I guess, yeah, I did look this up. It was pretty froggy this morning.
What does this remind you of?
Probably Yosemite.
Yep.
Is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I should have put on?
What?
What do you think? I'll give you one guess.
I don't know.
My other on clouds. My boots.
Oh.
I bought some hiking boots. Some dude was selling them for I think he wanted $80 each.
Yeah, these are real
slippery.
Ugh.
Yeah, it said that. Well, with the frog, because the fog makes the rock slippery. And he was asking $80 each. The boots were worn like twice, and those were $240 at the store. I said, I'll give you $100 for both, and he said, okay, deal. These fit like a glove. And then the hiking boots I haven't used yet, but they fit great. So anyways, yeah, 2 miles. We did 5 hours of driving yesterday, slept at that church. Great night's sleep. I found a circular saw that we needed and have been looking at buying for dirt cheap. So we drove just outside of Atlanta. Got up at 5:15 a.m. I got up at like 4:50.
You did?
Yeah, 4:50 or 5, and I was like, okay, if I fall back asleep, it's gonna be worse. So did that. Went to Home Depot first, had to buy an M18 battery because I didn't have any on me to test them. Guy didn't have a battery. And all is well, here we are. We'll figure out where we end up. I think we're gonna head to Chattanooga today. Got anything else?
Let's colder than I would have thought.
It's nice though, I think, when you're moving.
For sure, but I would have needed a sweatshirt.
Yeah. Very cool. What a neat little find. Didn't know Georgia had anything like this, to be completely honest. It's weird when you look up the pictures on Google. It's like there's flat and then there's just this big rock mountain right in the middle. Very cool. It's pretty. This reminds me of Tennessee. I know we're close, but doesn't it remind you like Nashville area, or where we went hiking? What was that really upscale area? Brentwood. I'm surprised I actually remembered that. I usually need like all these different reminders to remember a city. It's a beautiful time to do this. Perfect time, I should say. There. Super neat. I seriously had no idea there was anything like this in Georgia. This fog is so cool. Wow. It just moves in and out. Super unique. What a find. And to think about how many times we just blow through an area, and like if we're not looking in a specific town, we have no idea. We pass right by some of this stuff. Obviously you would see this, but if you're 40 minutes out of the way on the interstate or something, you wouldn't see this, but so cool. This fog, this is gonna be cool for pictures up here. I mean, we've seen fog, but this is just interesting. Like, it plays tricks on your eyes. You really don't know where it ends. I feel like we're on a different planet. And with the sun, it's like you're literally on a different planet. It's just so weird. It's crazy. Look at Rach. So cool. We were like debating on the way out here, or over here. I don't know, does it make sense with all the fog? Made sense. Super cool. Crazy. It's like it just drops right off. Be a leg burner, huh? There's, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, people bike this kind of stuff all the time. I was just thinking about that time I slipped on rock and then I realized you weren't even with. It was when my dad, my brother, and I went to a trip on the North Shore of Minnesota, and I was on a rock, and Zeke quick pulled, like, rip, and there was, yeah, and there was like sand and stuff on the rock, and I slipped but caught myself, and my brother was like, dude, like, had you not caught yourself, you would have hit your head so hard, I probably would have died. What do you think, dude? This place is neat, man. We just stumbled across this. We're right outside of Atlanta. Now you look at this rock face. I mean, this is just unbelievable. I believe Stone Mountain. But yeah, there's like that carving in the side. So I'm gonna walk over there and see how far I can go with Zeke. I know dogs aren't allowed on certain parts. Like, we did the hike this morning up to the top of there, and dogs are not allowed on that. Sad situation. This guy came by, said good morning, and I said good morning, how you doing? He said, oh, just beautiful. And then on our way back down, he was laying on the ground. People had already found him, and I don't think, initially we thought he hit his head, but he didn't hit his head. He was complaining of leg pain, so I'm thinking he must have slipped. The rock was really slippery, and then messed up his hip or his leg, and they had EMTs and police officers and stuff go up there in this big like excursion off-roading truck, and then brought him back down to an ambulance. Sad though. But he seemed all right. I mean, regardless of his leg pain and stuff, I'd say he was probably in his late 60s. How interesting, huh? Just can't even. That's insane. So yeah, Rachel and I were up on top earlier this morning, and it was so foggy you couldn't even see down here. This is just interesting. So we saw those gondolas and got all scared when we were at Busch Gardens. He was out in the parking lot, and I'd let him out to go to the bathroom, and he was not a fan of those roller coasters and screams up in the air. It's really scaring him. So he saw that gondola and just about lost his mind. Wow, this is something else. The scale of this is just crazy. And to think we're just right outside of Atlanta. I mean, I think 15 minutes we're in the city of Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look again. Huh, crazy. The things you find on the road. When we were in Switzerland, we went to this lion carved in the side of the mountain. The mountain, or rock formation, was not nearly this big, but just like that, all that fog's gone. It took forever for that to burn off though. I thought they said only until 10 o'clock, and I think it's 1 o'clock right now. And it just went away. So I think we're gonna head out. We've seen what we needed to see here. It would be cool to go back up there and see all around, just because now it's not foggy, but we got more we could see, and we'd like to get 3-4 hours of driving out of the way today. So there's that. Super cool, huh? You can order first. Let me see if this seat got juice in it. Perk of not having any plans. We saw, like, not set plans, I should say. Where's your ball? Leave it to me. We saw a billboard sign that said mountain biking, Dalton, Georgia, got to explore, or something like that. So we decided we were going to make it to Chattanooga last night, but instead we pulled off. I was exhausted. I think we did 4.5 hours of driving, maybe 5, all over the place as usual. I was tired. I mean, Chattanooga was only a half an hour up the road, but we're like, screw it, let's just stop here. So stopped here and spent the night at the Cracker Barrel last night. That was fine. And then woke up this morning. Rachel was finishing up some dishes, and the water pump quit working for the sink, so we had no water. So I had to tear everything out of the back to get to it, test the wires with a multimeter, checked all the fuses, reset it, and it was good to go. So I don't know, first time that's ever happened, but it's always interesting, just like owning a home, you know. I mean, stuff goes wrong, stuff breaks, and you got to address the situation. Or if you're one of those people, he's gonna poop. Let's see how well I know my dog. No, I'm pretty good. So I got to get a poop bag. So yeah, if you're one of those people, you can just call someone, have them do it. I took everything apart, got it working, that was fine. Had to merge from one lane to another. This guy had 3 car lengths ahead of him in a van. Now I gotta see where he did that. To give me room to merge in behind his lane so I could take my right turn. And he sat there and was just watching in his mirrors and wouldn't inch forward so that I could get over. Like, why? What is the point? It sucks, man. Some people just got to make things so difficult because their life is so miserable, and that's unfortunate. So finally couldn't get all the way up, and I was blocking traffic for people going straight. Do I take acknowledgement that I was in the straight lane and got over on the right lane? But the fact dude had ample room to move over and just wouldn't, just to be a bullhead. Whatever. So then I kind of floor it to not get hit by traffic, and the van starts just kind of chugging. Like, I mean, it sounded, or it felt like something serious was going on, like an engine issue. Hey, where did you poop, buddy? So then I was scared. I'm like, oh wow, so water quit working, now the van's messed up, like what next? We were low on diesel. We had just put 3 gallons in because it's like 40 cents cheaper 27 miles up the road. So we're like, okay, we'll just put enough fuel in to get us up the road and we'll be good to go. Hey, he sees a dog over there. Anyways, put some more diesel in. I don't know if the diesel we got, the 3 gallons, had some water. There it is, or what the deal was, but it seems good now. Got the water pump working, van drove here fine. Hopefully it's going to be a good day. I am in a bike up in here. It's a 10-mile loop. It's a ridge, Rocky Point Ridge. Looks pretty sweet. I think I can see some of the switchbacks there. This is going to be a tall order. I haven't been biking too much, so wish me luck, but this should be beautiful. I'm excited, aren't I? So I'm playing with you right now just to get you a little burnt out, and then Dad's going to go ride. Yeah, I'd let you, hold on. I'd let him follow me, but I think 10 miles would be too much. Took the van all apart, or thank you. Very nice, very nummy. Took everything out of the van, got to the water pump, tested it with the multimeter. I was getting 13 volts. We're getting some solar, so everything's good. Getting power to the pump, tested that, messed with the switch, put it all back together. It worked for 10-15 seconds. Figured, oh, it must have been a fluke. Maybe the pump was kind of just froze up or locked up or something since we had volts. Went out, played with Zeke for a little bit longer. I was gonna get ready to go on my bike ride, came back in. Rachel said, nope, still not working again. Okay, so the pump is definitely defective or something's shot out. It's about 2.5 years old. And what does that lead me to? Oh, okay. So we're close to Louisville, Kentucky. So I figure there's got to be a big Amazon hub there. I've seen a lot of my packages come from there when we were back home in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Looked, found that I could get an overnight, same pump, free overnight delivery, 4 to 8 a.m. Most of them said it had to go to a physical address and not a pickup location. I found on the outskirts of town there was a pickup location that had 4 to 8 a.m. delivery, so we ordered that pump. That should be there tonight, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm going to eat breakfast, go for a bike ride here, play with Zeke one more time, and then we're going to get on the road and hopefully get 4 hours and 45 minutes of driving out of the way if we don't hit any traffic. That'll lead us to somewhere in Louisville tonight, maybe stop at a brewery, get a beer, go to sleep. All goes according to plan. We'll get the pump. I'll get the pump installed. We'll see if there's any snowstorms further north, because if there are, then we're going to wait it out. If there aren't, we're going to do another 4 or 5 hours of driving tomorrow. Tomorrow would be Friday. So if all goes according to plan, we should be back in the Midwest or back in Wisconsin Saturday. If all doesn't go according to plan, we will keep you posted. Thank you for the breakfast. We're having oatmeal. And why weren't we going to cook? Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Granola.
I kept the grill out because we were going to cook our burgers here. We do not have an egg. This is the perfect spot to cook burgers. So that's going to have to be halted as well. Yogurt, granola, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and a bagel. That's a pretty good breakfast. Yeah. All right, we'll see. Wow, this is a climb. And I am not used to biking. I've been slacking. We've been in Florida for the last month, which is no excuse, but I just haven't been riding much. Last time I rode was in Key West, like a week and a half ago probably. Gonna just keep climbing until I get up to the top of this like bluff mountain. even days and odd days. I don't even know what day it is. Let's check. It's an odd day. We're going Raptor. Sky view looks like it'd be fun. Very cool so far. The van is right down in there by that circle pad, if you see it. Oh my goodness. My heart is a throbbing. So I found out my back wheel has got drag, it's dragging. And my Allen wrenches are in the van. I forgot I took them out when I took my wheels off. So I'm probably having to pedal 3 times as hard, and uphill has got tight. So that really kind of sucks. Wow, that's a view. But what do you do? I ain't going down until I'm going down. Oh my God. That's gorgeous. After being in Florida, just where it's flat for so long, this is a nice, I was missing the mountains, I really was. Well, the GoPro battery has been acting up. It died right away almost, so I didn't get hardly any of the ride, which sucks. But it was worth the climb. What a view. What a view. Another reason why van life's just been so cool, it's like I get to ride in all these places that I just have no idea. It's not like I have a friend showing me this and saying, hey, you should ride here. It's like I find it on Google. This one was ironic. I always forget, I'm looking at my phone, but the camera lens is over there. We were going down the highway and there was a sign that said Dalton, Georgia, you know, mountain biking, this and that, explore Dalton, Georgia, go mountain biking. So I Googled it and we're like, hey, let's pull off, let's stay at this Cracker Barrel. I'll get up in the morning, ride, and then we're gonna do 5 more hours of driving today and see what the forecast is looking like for the snow in the Midwest. But crazy, what a beautiful day. Wow, what a climb. What a climb. This place is just gorgeous though.